We have a pretty serious problem with crypto, and that's that buying it is relatively easy, but actually spending it in real life is a whole different story. Either you have to resort to P2P, and we all know the risks that come with that, the waiting times and the possibility of your bank account getting frozen, or you just leave your crypto sitting there on an exchange, gathering digital dust, unable to do anything with it in your day-to-day life. And honestly, that disconnect between having crypto and actually being able to use it for everyday things is something that still hasn't really been solved for most people. That's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. Something called the Pionex Card, which is a Visa card that works directly with your cryptocurrencies, and in theory aims to solve that problem. You can spend your crypto just like regular money, without intermediaries, and without having to convert it to pesos first. In this video, we're going to look at exactly what it is, how the registration and usage process works, what benefits it offers, how secure it is, and also what it's missing or what you should keep in mind before deciding if it's right for you. As always, the idea is to give you all the information so you can make your own decision. Now, before we get into the details of the card itself, let's talk for a moment about who's behind it. Pionex is a platform that's been operating since 2019, with over 5 million users worldwide and a monthly trading volume that exceeds $60 billion. They became known mainly for their automated trading bots, and now with this card, they're stepping into the world of everyday payments. I'm mentioning this not to say it's good or bad, but so you have some context that we're not talking about a project that just popped up yesterday with no backing. That said, let's take a look at what this card has to offer. Let's get down to specifics. What does the Pionex card offer, and how is it different from other crypto cards already on the market? Because there are plenty of alternatives out there, that's a fact. So let's see what this one brings to the table. The first thing is that there's no issuance fee or annual maintenance fee. In other words, requesting it and keeping it active doesn't cost you anything. This matters because several crypto cards on the market charge you an issuance fee or require you to keep a minimum balance locked up to use them, and that's not the case here. The second thing is the cashback. Every purchase you make with the card gives you 1% cashback in USDT, credited in real time. And unlike other cards that set a limit on transactions or a monthly cap, here the cashback applies to every purchase with no restriction on the number or amount. Additionally, if you use it for bookings on Trip.com, the percentages go up to 5% for hotels, 4% for car rentals, and 0.5% for flights. The third thing, which I find interesting, is that the balance you have loaded on the card and haven't spent yet earns you a 5% APY, that is, annually. The interest is calculated hourly and paid out daily. This means your money isn't just sitting there doing nothing while you wait to use it, it's actually earning a return in the meantime. That's something you don't often see with cards of this type. And the fourth thing is the shared card feature. You can create a sub-card for family members or friends and manage funds together. This can be useful, for example, if you're traveling with someone and want to manage a shared budget without having to transfer money back and forth. Now, these are the benefits it offers on paper. Later on, we'll also talk about its limitations, because it's not a perfect card either. But first, let's see how it works in practice. So let's get practical. First things first, how do you apply for this card and how do you use it? Let's start with the most important step, which is obviously creating an account on Pionex. I'll leave a link in the video description so you can go straight to the registration page. And here, you just click where it says sign up, and you can register using different platforms, Google, Apple, Line, or Telegram. Once you're registered, we move on to the next step, which is that you'll be asked for a security identification. In my case, I already have level 1, which is this one here, but what's important is to at least reach level 0. You can do this simply by providing your country of residence and confirming that you are not from certain countries where it's restricted. And then, once you confirm this by entering your name and your country, like here, we move on to level 2. This is to increase our limit. So here at level 2, you just click verify, and now it'll ask for your ID document. Start the verification process and complete it. Once your account is verified, go to the top left where it says card right here and click on apply for personal card, and it'll show up here. So you have the option to choose between two, either the MasterCard or the Visa card. It's totally up to you. With the Visa, you'll have the option by invitation to get access to the physical card, but in the case of MasterCard, you won't be able to do that. So, well, that's really up to you. As for the other features, they're exactly the same. They recommend the Visa, so let's go ahead and apply for the Visa. And as you can see, once we click apply, it asks us to meet certain requirements, so let's go ahead and fulfill them. The first step is to verify your account, this time with all your information, so let's verify it using your ID and get it done. And once you've done that, come back. Basically, you just need to send some photos, take a picture of your ID and a selfie of yourself. So let's get started and do it. We finished the verification, so we click apply again, and now it tells us that it's verified, as well as the email. Now we just need to verify the phone and Google. This is for security reasons, because obviously our money will be here, our balance will be here, which we'll use in different places, so we definitely don't want anyone else to access it. So let's go to phone verification. Here we just need to verify with our phone number and click next. We finished the verification. It was pretty quick, just a few minutes, even seconds, and now we only have the Google verification left. So let's go ahead and do that. And here it tells us that we need to install the Google Authenticator app to set up two-step verification, so we just install it. This part is just about installing it directly on your phone, and then we continue. Perfect, we're done with all the apps, so let's click here to apply. Now we're going to enter all the information so we can request our card. And once we've entered the information, it says the card activation was successful. We click start, and now we have our Visa card right here. It's ready to go. And we can add this card to Apple Pay or wherever we want, and now we have cashback and everything activated. Here it's just a matter of adding funds, click and transfer, and depositing money into our account. Obviously, there are a lot of factors we still need to talk about. The first thing is whether the Pionex card is safe, what's good about it, and what is missing. When we talk about money and crypto, security obviously always has to come first, especially with so many cases that have happened. So let's talk honestly about what's good and what you should consider. As for backing, Pionex has been operating for over 6 years without any publicly reported major security incidents. It has a user base of over 5 million people, and the card works on the Visa network, which is a global payment infrastructure that's already established and accepted pretty much everywhere. That's definitely a plus when it comes to trust. Now, here's some things you should keep in mind. First, as I already mentioned, the card is currently only virtual. If you need a physical card to withdraw cash from ATMs or to pay at places that don't accept contactless payments, you won't be able to do that with the Pionex card for now. But if you get an invitation, you might be able to request one. The second thing is that your balance is in USDT, which is a stablecoin designed to maintain parity with the dollar, but at the end of the day, is still a crypto asset with its own risk and regulatory considerations. And third, just like with any other crypto platform, you are responsible for the security of your account using strong passwords, two-factor authentication, which is what we activated, and only you will have access to that information. If we compare it to other options on the market, like the cards from Bybit, BitGet, Crypto.com, Lemon, or Binance, each one has its own advantages and disadvantages. What I can say is that the combination of zero issuance cost, 5% interest on inactive balances, and unlimited cashback on transactions is something not all of them offer together, but that doesn't mean it's automatically the best option for everyone. It really depends on your particular situation, where you live, how you would use it, and how involved you are in the crypto world. Now, the question is whether it really works for you, because not every financial tool is for everyone, and that's okay. If you're someone who travels frequently and always has issues with the fees banks charge for international purchases, a Visa card that works directly with crypto could be an interesting alternative. And the cash back on Trip.com, up to 5% on hotels, can really add up if you travel often and book through this platform. And if you work remotely or are a freelancer and get paid in USDT, the Pionex card gives you a way to spend those USDT directly without having to go through peer-to-peer every time you need to buy some. That saves you time, reduces the risk of bank account freezes, and really simplifies your life. And if you're just someone who has crypto sitting in an exchange without doing much with it and wants a way to use it in your daily life without having to convert it to another currency first, well, this is an option that's on the table. Now, a practical tip if you decide to use it, don't just load exactly what you're going to spend at the moment. If you keep a slightly higher balance on the card, that 5% yield works in your favor. It's money you were going to have somewhere anyway, probably in an account earning almost nothing or in an exchange not generating any interest. Here, at least, it's earning a daily return as long as you decide to use it. I'll leave the link in the description so you can check out the card directly, and if you have any questions about how it works or about your particular situation, leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer. That's it. I'll see you next time. Remember, the most important thing is always to make informed decisions with your money, not because someone told you it was good or bad, but because you did your own research and understood how it works. That said, if you made it this far in the video, leave a card emoji in the comments section. See ya. Bye. Bye.